Post-match interview here at Homelands following today's penalty shootout defeat to Ashford United in the FA Trophy. Dave, obviously a disappointing afternoon. It was with the conditions, quite a tricky afternoon in terms of there was quite a strong breeze blowing up and down the pitch that made conditions quite difficult for the players. How did you see the game as a whole? Because there was a hell of a lot that went on in the game. Obviously, we went in front, they equalised straight away, then they went in front, then we equalised straight away, and then the second half, we get our noses in front and they equalised straight away. It was quite a chaotic game, and in the end, we could possibly have nicked it with, would say, possibly a controversial decision in us not maybe getting a penalty at the death, and then we lose it on penalties.
Look, I'm sure for the if there's any neutrals today, it was probably a great game. It was, as you said, it was very end to end. I'd say not much between the two sides. Both of us tried to play football. I'm not sure a ball went out of the park today, if I'm honest with you. It was all on the floor. And again, I think it was a good game of football. That from my perspective, and all the players were absolutely gutted, because I think we deserve to win it. I won't change my mind. I think we've had two absolutely awful decisions go against us today. Two penalties, one that they're given, which was embarrassing, if I'm honest with you. Two guys come together. A guy 6'6" and about 6 foot wide falls on the floor when someone touches him, and he gives him a penalty. And in the second half, when Hunt is about to tap an open goal in, guy's gone straight through him, and the referees claim there's nothing there. Hunt has got stud marks all down his back of his leg. That's how high the challenge was. It's above the knee, and the referees decided to give nothing. And and I know why he didn't give it, because at half time they were screaming that Leo should have been sent off because he was the last man. Apparently the ruling is for how the challenge is. I mean, he shouldn't have been given the first case. I mean, if you're going to send him off for that, bloody hell. And then the one in the second half, and because they're going mad about it, and I saw the officials explain it, if he'd have given the one to us, which he should have given to us, he'd have had to have sent him off, and then he'd have had him back in his ear. And I don't think he could have coped with it, if I'm honest with you. I think that's where it really comes down to. I thought he started off the game very well, and then when it came to big decisions, look, the linesman down our side spoke to me the whole game. I thought he was really good. Thought the way he spoke to us was brilliant. And he says the first one's not a penalty, the second one is a penalty. He's told me, his words, I'm not allowed to give a decision, leave it to him. So you don't give a decision, but they're not. They're wrong decisions, and it's killed us. And the lads rightfully are very down, as all of us, all the people that travel all the miles to watch it, everybody, because we had the game's ours. It's at the point of the penalty. I didn't think at any stage they were really on top of us. They had a 5-minute spell in the second half, but I thought we defended really well. I thought certainly in the second half we did. I had to go at half time because of the first goal. Wasn't happy with the first goal. Felt we should have done better with the first goal. So I'd argue, that's my moan at them, and I had a right go at them for that. But in the second half, when with the wind down our throats, when it was going to be perceived to be tougher, I thought we coped with everything they had. We just coped with it. I don't think they've peppered the goal. They just haven't. They've just got nowhere near it. And I thought, as I thought we would against the wind, I thought we were outstanding. I thought our second half performance was brilliant. We just passed it. Young Dan that we brought in from Cambridge was outstanding all game. If we release him, if we get the passes away correct to him, he's been probably away 3 times. He probably wraps the game up for him. That's how much I felt he was a threat to him. 16 years of age, they couldn't cope with him, if I'm honest with you. So, look, it's one of those things that the results are, we're out, we lost on penalties. But the real truth is that, two awful decisions have killed us today.
I think it's obviously disappointing that there are what we feel some decisions by the officials that have gone our way. But was it disappointing that having got I felt for the first 20 minutes we dominated possession. There only really looked like one team that was going to take control of the game. We get our noses in front with a great goal by young Dan. And then we've conceded within 3 minutes of that, really out of nothing with their first attempt at goal. They've obviously got their noses in front with the penalty, and credit to us, great response to get back to 2-2 at half time. But then we get ourselves back in front, 3-2, and then we almost straight away. That is that a source of frustration as well?
Yeah, it is. Look, the first goal, Sonny's, I can say because I'm going to praise him in a second. So, and we've spoken about it. But the fact is that on the first goal, Sonny's, instead of showing him the line so that he can follow him down the line and be comfortable with him, he's wrong-footed and he's got his feet in the wrong place, and the guy goes down the line and Sonny's then dead. After that, we're still not tight enough, so we can first of all blame Sonny here, but you know, it was Luke, Laurie, and one other involved. It was too simple, so it's very frustrating, which is why I sort of lost my head a bit at half time. And then as I say, the penalty, we missed the first challenge. So to even, and then we're the guy that eventually crumples to the floor. You know, we're still not tight enough to him, so we could never grown that, because I think we should be there winning the ball anyway. It wasn't a good ball, it was just a hopeful thing. And they get their penalty, and then the leveller is, I mean, then Sonny unbelievably pulls the ball back from dead, which was going out of play, back to Laurie, who finishes off with his head. You know, Sonny's actually created or set up both goals. He had the final touch for 2 of the goals. So, you know, he'll take, and what I like about him, he'll take me kicking his backside, because he does, he accepts it and he gets on with it, and then he goes and produces 2 little bits of magic for us, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, obviously it was a disappointing defeat. Obviously the penalties are always going to be a lottery. We've had 2 penalty shootouts this season come out on the right side. But obviously it didn't quite happen for us this afternoon. Obviously it's a quick turnaround now, looking to Hertford Town. I guess there's probably players to come back in on Tuesdays there for.
Yeah, 2 penalty takers. Let's be fair that both Alex and Bondi missing today. They both take penalties. They both took them at Concord, and they don't often miss. And you had them in with the guys probably today, and maybe a whole different outcome. But it is what it is. We didn't have them. It could have been a different outcome if Alex was on the pitch, but we didn't have them. So you have to cope, don't you? And it's one of those. It's disappointing, and you are right. We've had 2 or 3 penalty shootouts on the trot that have gone our way, haven't they? Apart from the one at Crawley. So, you know, we've had the better rub of the green with penalties of late. So, you know, as you say, you have to put your hands up, and it wasn't our day with them today.
Commiserations, Dave. Well, as I say, we quickly dust ourselves down and pick ourselves up, and we are away at Hertford Town on Tuesday night, and then we are on the road again at Aylesbury next Saturday. So we look forward to seeing you then.
Thanks, Dave.